All right, well, good morning, everyone, and welcome. My name is Warren McCray, and I'm excited to show you a few highlights from the What's New presentations for SOLIDWORKS 2018, 2019, and 2020. Let's get started. Each year, SOLIDWORKS showcases one of their clients from around the world, and in 2018, SOLIDWORKS showcased a client from as far away as Australia, Tracker Motor Homes. This release provided us with new products, new functionality, and many new features and workflows that enable you to get your products from design to manufacturing faster than ever before. Today, I will highlight just a few amazing improvements from this release. Let's take a quick look at some new functionality and enhancements released in 2018. The true measure of a great product is clear. Great designs get built. And in 2018, the products fell under these four topics: smart manufacturing, the next generation of the design to manufacturing process, next generation design, taking SOLIDWORKS well into the future for how designs happen, essential design tools, the core functionality of the 2018 release, and finally, delivering great designs, tools to produce your design deliverables. Users have multiple SOLIDWORKS products and services with multiple licensing options such as standalone, network licensing, or online licensing, as well as different licensing types like perpetual licenses or term licenses. And the SOLIDWORKS Admin Portal is an online tool to help users manage their assets. Administrators can easily see the products and services they have, manage users, and associate products and services to users. They can also see where the licenses are activated and when they are set to expire. And now account administrators can create reports of their assets. Additionally, standalone licenses can also be set to online licensing to give a particular user the flexibility to install and use the license on any machine. Eliminate the processes of activating and deactivating computers. When a session is closed, SOLIDWORKS is deactivated and the user can start SOLIDWORKS on a different machine. Simply log inside of SOLIDWORKS and the session will be activated. Traveling users can use the offline mode to keep using SOLIDWORKS even if they do not have internet access. User experience, flexibility, and control of your SOLIDWORKS products. Touch mode. The last few years have seen the launch of a whole host of brand new touch devices such as the MS or Microsoft Surface Book and Studio, and devices like the Wacom Syntec. In addition to these, many of the traditional style mobile workstations from manufacturers such as Dell, Lenovo, and HP are now also available with touchscreen capabilities. The result is more of our customers are wanting to design in SOLIDWORKS using the natural feel and touch that interaction provides and take advantage of the portability these devices offer, enabling you to design anywhere on the move. SOLIDWORKS 2018 introduces a new suite of capabilities for working on touch-enabled devices. Let's take a look. SOLIDWORKS 2018 introduces some fantastic new capabilities for customers working on Windows touch-enabled devices. Accessing from the View menu, the new Touch mode places important shortcuts at your fingertips, enabling you to maintain a high degree of productivity when using your device in tablet mode without a physical keyboard or mouse present. With the Touch mode enabled, the new Touch toolbar is placed at the side of the screen for easy access, configurable for left or right-handed users. Now you can work concurrently using both hands on the screen, manipulating the model with one and invoking commands with the other. Let's go ahead and check out the clearance of one of the drawers with the oven door. Located on the touch toolbar, the handy lock rotate option allows you to interact with geometry on the screen without accidentally moving the model, and the quick access shortcut bar can be activated, giving you instant access to common commands. In this example, move component with rotation locked selection can now be made with just a single finger tap on screen. And then with the finger drag, the drawer can be moved through the range of motion. At any time, you can easily return to rotating and zooming the model with your finger by tapping and locking and rotating the touch toolbar to disable it. When working with touch mode, mouse gestures are another great way of accessing frequently used commands at your fingertips. With an on-screen finger press and drag, the mouse gesture ring can be displayed. Next, simply move your finger over the desired command and activate it. To bring the tap closer into view, we'll first select and zoom to area, followed by the finger swipe to define the zoom region. Making modifications to design is easy using touch interaction in 2018. It's quick and intuitive. For example, changing the configuration of this tap to a larger size. Following the same workflow as using a mouse, a single finger tap on the face is all that's required to select the entity and display the relevant context menu commands. Icons appear larger for easy selection with the finger or pen or right mouse button menu. Commands can be accessed via the draw downward arrow. A new configuration of the tap can be easily selected and applied with a few finger taps on screen, replicating traditional mouse picks. The final change required to do this design is an increase in the height of the shelf situated behind the sink. The new Touch Magnifier tool is a great way of enlarging a small area by making a selection while keeping the rest of your design in view. Just press your finger on open the screen for longer than 2 seconds and then drag the magnifier into position. At the same time, dynamically adjust the zoom level using the controls and touch toolbar with your fingertips released and object crosshairs stay selected easily. When editing a feature or dimension, the new touch number pad makes it quick and enter values, eliminating the need to use the Windows virtual keyboard that can sometimes take up valuable screen space. So whether you're on the move or in the office, SOLIDWORKS 2018 Touch Mode delivers a powerful set of productivity tools for working on touch and screen-enabled devices. Touch Mode, a powerful new set of productivity tools for working on touchscreen devices. Touch sketching. With SOLIDWORKS 2018, you can capture your designs even faster. When using a touch-enabled device by freehand sketching with either your finger, pen stylus, or directly in a sketch, let's go ahead and design a new drain board pattern for this sink. Simply start a sketch on either a plane or a face, and then using the brand new set of tools available from the Command Manager, first set your preferred pen style using the color palette and thickness slider. Then you're ready to go. Different sketch modes enable you to choose how your gestures are interpreted by SOLIDWORKS. Using the auto shape, your captured pen or finger strokes are initially converted into true geometric shapes such as lines, arcs, and circles, perfect for sketching out concepts. Switch to auto sketch entities and your strokes are converted directly into sketch entities as you draw them, making them immediately available for feature creation. As you sketch on the screen, relations to the surrounding geometry can be automatically inferred as you go, enabling instant capture of design intent, for example with these two concentric circles for the plug hole area. Pen strokes that have been captured as shapes can be converted into sketch entities, and at any time by selecting them and then using the new Update to Entities feature, giving you complete flexibility as your ideas develop. When you're finished, the resulting sketch can be manipulated and modified just like any other. For example, adding some fillets to round off the corners or dynamically dragging these entities to further refine the overall shape. Mirroring the two contours about the center line completes the overall design, and with the sketch now complete, a simple extrude used in combination with the contour selector tool is all that is required to add the draining board geometry to the sink. So whether you're designing complex shapes or simple mechanical parts, touch sketching in SOLIDWORKS 2018 offers a complete new approach to capturing rapid-fire design ideas, whether you're in the office or on the go. Touch sketching. Rapid capture of design ideas in the office or on the go. User experience. SOLIDWORKS 2018 introduces many enhancements to improve your day-to-day productivity and help you get your designs tasks completed ahead of schedule. The new welcome screen in SOLIDWORKS 2018 is the one-stop shop to help you get right to work. You can create new parts, assemblies, or drawings. Recent folders and resources are right here, like My SOLIDWORKS. Links to learning resources, tutorials, and samples appear in the Learn tab. And finally, you have immediate access to technical alerts, keeping you up to speed with the latest developments. Of course, recent documents are a great way to get you back to where you left off without browsing through folders. When opening an assembly, the new File Open Progress indicator lets you know exactly where SOLIDWORKS is up to getting your designs loaded. Not only do you see the elapsed time, but SOLIDWORKS indicates how long you may have to wait by displaying a last time open value. Gaining deep insight into your design and how your assemblies is performing and which factors are slowing you down is where the new assembly performance dialog excels. SOLIDWORKS 2018 includes many more checks such as open time, shaded image quality, and number of graphic triangles. Here, several parts have been set to high value image quality, which dramatically increases the number of graphics triangles, which can have detrimental effects on performance. To gain a deeper insight into the problem slowing you down, SOLIDWORKS 2018 now lets you clearly see all of the performance information within the assembly visualization tool. This is really a fast and convenient way to display all kinds of SOLIDWORKS information and means so you can identify problem components, like this USB outlet. The part itself is very high image quality, which most likely is inappropriate for this scenario. SOLIDWORKS 2018 now introduces a new top-level transparency option that gives you a one-step mode that turns every component transparent without the need to either set individual subassemblies transparent or to create new display statuses. This new mode lets you interrogate the model more thoroughly and removes the extra steps needed to add transparency. Folders are widely used by many customers as a way to logically group parts and assemblies without creating more sub-assemblies. SOLIDWORKS 2018 now color codes these folders based on whether they contain hidden or suppressed items. This gives you a simple visual cue to help identify these objects faster than before. Mouse gestures are now more flexible than ever in SOLIDWORKS 2018. You can select 2 mouse gestures, horizontal or vertical, or right up to 12. It's simple to drag new commands into the gesture, and you can even copy them between modes by dragging and holding down the control key. You can also have a handy printable guide to pin to your desk or office wall. It is common when zoomed right into the model that you need to box or lasso select geometry or components. Previously, this required you to select an open space before dragging, but now in SOLIDWORKS 2018, a new option for select over geometry removes this limitation. You can either select the drop-down or use the T key shortcut to enable it. You can even use the control key to box select multiple items. These are just some of the enhancements to help you focus on your design and improve your everyday experience with SOLIDWORKS 2018. User experience. Consistent focus on increasing user productivity. Assemblies. Assemblies has really been enhanced. They actually added the ability to rotate with linear pattern. Use the Alt key to hide multiple faces, and when you have parts that don't line up perfectly with concentric mates, there's a misaligning mates capability, as well as the ability to use smart exploded lines. Let's take a look at it. In today's global market, great products need to get built faster than ever. SOLIDWORKS 2018 introduces enhancements that help you deliver assembly designs in record time with less effort. When creating a linear pattern of components, you now have the ability to add an optional rotation. After choosing the number of instances, you can simply select the rotation reference and specify the incremental angle. This speeds up the creation of all kinds of innovative designs and removes the need for additional features. Adding mates between hidden surfaces can be challenging, and SOLIDWORKS 2018 speeds up the process by allowing you to temporarily hide surfaces whilst in the mate command by pressing the Alt key. You can now select the hidden faces and get your parts in place fast. When working with components of different units or even imported parts, it is common for this scenario where the pins of the burner and the holes in the body do not exactly match. Previously, it would not be possible to add this second concentric mate, but now in SOLIDWORKS 2018, you can create a misaligned mates. This allows two concentric mates to be solved correctly by maintaining the concentricity of either mate or by shifting the component symmetry between the two. SOLIDWORKS accurately displays the results, giving you instant feedback, and the Feature Manager displays useful information about the misalignment. The deviation of each mate from concentricity is shown, and you can set the maximum allowable deviation. This value can also be controlled by a document property. Misaligned mates show up clearly in the mates folder, and the additional control, the ability to create these misaligned mates, can be disabled via the system options. This new capability removes the need to make small changes to legacy components that may be used in many assemblies. Creating exploded views is a great way to understand and communicate your design in SOLIDWORKS, but now with SOLIDWORKS 2018, you can now quickly and easily create automatic explode lines using the Smart Explode Line tool. SOLIDWORKS automatically gathers all the components of the exploded view and previews each explode line. The explode line for each component defaults to the bounding box, but you can easily choose the origin or even drag to any other point. SOLIDWORKS also allows you to apply this to every other identical instance, saving a load of time and effort. As you would expect, modifying the exploded views updates the explode lines instantly, keeping everything accurate and up to date. These are just some of the enhancements in SOLIDWORKS 2018 that improves your day-to-day productivity to get your products built faster. Assemblies. Build assemblies faster than ever before. Drawings. There's been many enhancements to drawings. So let's get started. SOLIDWORKS 2018 introduces some new, powerful, new productivity enhancements for drawings. 3D model views are a great way to communicate product manufacturing information, or PMI, that's been applied directly to the model using DimExpert and SOLIDWORKS MVD. However, for many customers, 2D drawings is still required as a final deliverable. In SOLIDWORKS 2018, when adding new views to a drawing, any pre-existing 3D model view can now appear in the view palette, ready for placement on the drawing sheet. A variety of options let you choose which annotation type to include, and a simple drag and drop is all that is required to place the view. Now you can leverage the power of model-based design to help you create drawings even faster. The Advanced Hole feature is a powerful tool for creating complex multi-stepped holes. In SOLIDWORKS 2018, you can now quickly add easily detailed and advanced holes using the Hole Callout feature. As you place the callout, new options give you control over how the information is displayed. So now you can apply all the information necessary to document multi-stepped holes in an instant. SOLIDWORKS 2018 offers even more flexibility over how drawing information is displayed. When working with section views, layers can be used to set crossing, hatching, visibility, style, and color. The behavior of trailing zeros is even easier to control. Using the new set of options in the document settings, you can specify the trailing zero display for dimensions, tolerances, and properties independently from one another. This removes unnecessary detail and makes your drawings easier to read for everyone involved. 2018 gives you even much greater freedom when creating complex drawing views. Now you can create broken out sections of an existing section and alternate position views. Starting with the section view of this huge mechanism after first defining a broken out region, in this example, a pre-sketched rectangle, the new random size scale option can be used to increase clarity by mixing up the crosshatch scaling of each component when all the parts being sectioned using the same crosshatch style. Next, moving over to the alternate position view, the hinge mechanism, this pre-sketched circle can be used to create a broken out section detailing the arm and bracket fixing area. These are just a couple examples of how you can create complex broken out sections of more view types with minimal effort. Company standards often require all text on the drawing should be capitalized. Now, in 2018, when editing tables, a handy new option on the table bar enables you to instantly switch all text to be uppercase regardless of how it was typed. These are some of the powerful new productivity enhancements in SOLIDWORKS 2018 that will help you get your designs documented faster than ever before. Drawings. Greater flexibility and ease of complex view creation. So SOLIDWORKS 2018, that wraps it up for SOLIDWORKS 2018. Great designs get built. And beyond a great story of design, perfect example of how great designs get built with SOLIDWORKS 2018. Now we're going to move into SOLIDWORKS 2019. Canada, France, Hawaii telescope saw first light in 1979. A SOLIDWORKS research customer with a long history of innovation and discoveries. Today, Canada, France, Hawaii telescope remains a leader and one of the most productive telescopes on Earth or in orbit. Capturing detailed images from the depths of space. In 2019, the new features were covered under 4 categories: performance, attention to detail, design ecosystem, and innovations. Let's start off with large design review. A large design review is a capacity that's been around for a long time. It allows us to work with large designs and big drawings a little bit faster. So let's take a look at it. Large design review is the capability that has been available in SOLIDWORKS for many years and allows users to open very large assemblies lightning fast, giving them the ability to quickly interrogate a model or conduct design reviews. In large design review, users have access to the feature manager, and it provides super fast view manipulation to rapidly visualize and move around your assembly. The ability to measure distances, cut across sections, hide and show components, and do walkthroughs are also valuable tools to interrogate a large assembly. In 2019, Large Design Review has been enhanced to include assembly editing capabilities. Reference geometry like planes and axes are accessible, as well as mates, where changes can be made to how a component is assembled. Sketches can be shown or hidden and can be referenced for adding mates or for visual clarity. If you're looking to delete a few components that may not be needed, this can now be done in the new edit mode. New components can be added to your design just as you would in a fully resolved assembly. And these new items can be placed and mated into their proper positions. Mating is done just like you would in lightweight or resolved mode, including the use of Quick Mates toolbar. Components that are prepared to use magnetic mates can be assembled and snapped into position using a great deal of time or saving a great deal of time when doing large facility layouts. Changing configurations is another commonly used workflow and this capability is now available with the Large Design Review mode. If components were hidden along the way, you can use the familiar Show Hide Component tool to restore their visibility. And when you are finished making your changes, the assembly can be saved. So the next time it is opened and resolved in resolved or lightweight mode, you can be assured that all your work has been retained. With these enhanced capabilities in SOLIDWORKS 2019, users will be able to take advantage of the excellent performance of Large Design Review and rapidly make changes to their assemblies. Large Design Review. Rapidly open large assemblies and new tools for assembly editing. Now, in 2019, we had this section called Assembly Delighters. This is really cool, so I really wanted to show this to you all. When working with large assemblies, it can be easy to accumulate lots of mates. And with the new options to group mates in SOLIDWORKS 2019, users will find it much easier to navigate the mates folder. Now you can group mates by status or separate fasteners. When grouped by status, mates are separated into folders. This assembly has 100 solved mates. 2 mates are missing a reference and are grouped in the errors folder. Mates can be edited as usual, and in this case, a new reference can be selected, and SOLIDWORKS takes care of repairing the other mates with the same missing reference. Another folder contains mates that have errors due to over-definition. Suppressing these 2 mates will eliminate the error and place them in their own folder. Another folder lists mates that are referencing missing components. And finally, there is a folder for inactive mates that reference fixed components. As you can see, the new group mates option makes it much easier to keep your assemblies organized. Many users prefer to have all their toolbox components fully defined in their assemblies. As you can see, the fasteners in the assembly have an underdefined symbol in front of them. An option is available to lock the rotation of all concentric mates with one click. Now all of the fasteners in the assembly are fully defined, saving you a great deal of time when compared to doing it individually. In 2019, there's a new option to automatically lock or rotation all the new concentric mates in the toolbox components upon insertion, saving even more time and keeping your assemblies fully defined and conforming to best practices. Exploded views are a great way to communicate exactly how assemblies come apart and go together. And in SOLIDWORKS 2019, creating and editing new exploded views is even easier. A new rollback bar is available when working with exploded views. This new rollback bar works just like the rollback bar in the Feature Manager. It can be dragged up and down in the tree to help users visualize an explode sequence step by step. Notice that this exploded view has an end cap screws moving after the end cap is already exploded. To remedy the problem, exploded steps can now be reordered directly in the Configuration Manager. As the rollback bar is dragged down, further down the tree, we can see that the inner washer stack has not been exploded. As we edit the exploded view in the rollback bar, remains in this position in the Property Manager, and the new exploded steps are added above the rollback bar. Exploded steps can now be named upon creation, eliminating the extra step of having to edit the name after the fact. You can clearly see that the new exploded steps have been added above the bar and is properly named. The rollback bar can be manipulated here in the Property Manager, and the reordering exploded steps is much more intuitive. Explode steps can also be suppressed as well as deleted, and this suppression is available outside of the edit mode in the Configuration Manager. Creating exploded views can be very beneficial on a drawing and for model-based definition, but nothing beats an animation. And now, SOLIDWORKS 2019 supports more video file formats such as Flash, MKV, and MP4 formats. Can now be published directly from the Exploded View Animation Controller or with SOLIDWORKS Animator. Assembly Delighters. Productivity tools. for robust assembly interaction and high-quality deliverables. Silhouette defeature. Silhouette defeature, it has been enhanced quite a bit during this year in 2019 with simplified assemblies, making things look simpler, removing details, and preserving your intellectual property. Let's take a look at it. Creating highly detailed production-ready components is something SOLIDWORKS excels at, but not all of this detail is required in higher level assemblies. The defeature tool provides a capability to massively reduce unnecessary detail to improve large assembly performance or to protect intellectual property. SOLIDWORKS 2019 introduces the new silhouette option to help simplify an assembly based on the outlines of components and bodies. We will start by selecting several components that we would like to retain their original geometry. In other words, no simplification. A variety of simplification methods are available. For this selection, we will choose no simplification to copy the geometry. As we add this group, SOLIDWORKS splits the window and presents a preview of the simplification. The view orientation of the window stay in sync to help visualize the progress. Next, we can use the new option to select identical components to grab all the rail wheels and all the studs. The cable and the end plates are selected as well as the motor, which is a body. For this selection, we will choose the cylinder method of simplification to really strip off all the detail. Next, we will grab all the hex nuts as well as all of the bodies of the pivot hanger and the electrical control box. For these, the polygon outline method is used, which creates a new extruded polygon that fits around the outline of the selected components. Finally, the drive motor will be simplified using the tight fit outline method. This will create an extruded body by using a tight outline of the selected components in multiple directions. Default planes or a face can be selected to help define the orientation of the outlines. Once satisfied with the simplification, the defeature model can be saved to a new document with a link to the original document, or component suppliers can upload directly to the 3D Content Central to be shared on the web with millions of designers and engineers. This defeature model is much better suited for the top-level assembly, as you see. Simplifying complex assemblies has never been easier than with the enhanced defeature tool in SOLIDWORKS 2019. This tool will help users share their models and protect their intellectual property. Silhouette defeature. Simplify your assemblies and protect intellectual property. Part delighters. Now, part delighters, I thought, is actually an amazing capability that came out in 2019. Let's take a look at it. Complex shapes are widespread in today's world and are often produced using industrial design tools or carved to make physical models, but they need to be manufactured. A common workflow to complete the engineering process is to leverage these designs from mesh or scanned data. SOLIDWORKS 2019 provides several new tools to help leverage this data to create production parts and some handy new part modeling tools that are sure to delight. This handle originated as a mesh data. Let's take a look at how it was built. SOLIDWORKS can open a wide variety of mesh data like this 3MF file. As you can see, this is clearly a mesh body, and to leverage this body to build a solid model, a new slicing tool is available to create intersection sketches through the mesh body. Pick a starting plane, then define the number of planes and offset. The slicing planes and sketches are organized in a folder and can be edited to position the sketches in the desired location. Once positioned to your liking, the mesh body can be hidden. These sketches can be used like any other sketch to create a solid body. So for this example, a surface loft will be created to define the shape of the handle. The new slicing tool allows users to easily repurpose mesh data to create solid models. This handle will be designed into two halves. So to continue the design workflow, the split command can be used to create two bodies split at the center plane. A logo needed to be applied on each of the halves, so the sketch will be created and the sketch block will be applied to and positioned from the design library. To apply the logo, we will use the projected curve command. In SOLIDWORKS 2019, projected curves now support multiple open or closed contours, can be projected onto multiple bodies, and a new bidirectional option is available to project in both directions. The logo is then created in a single feature. Previously would have taken 2 sketches, will only take 4 projected curves. As the design progresses, we look at another enhancement for working with surfaces. The power button that you see is a surface model that contains several holes that needs to be removed. Now, previously, these holes could be removed by selecting the edges of the holes and editing the delete key, but this method is now easily discoverable. But now in SOLIDWORKS 2019, a delete hole button is available as well as in the property manager for editing. The holes are removed and the surfaces are now watertight. As we move forward over the assembly, we do an interference check. We see that there's a problem with the interference here, so we want to add a fillet. There are various options available to control the start and offset, and the on-screen handles can be dragged to locate the ends of the chamfer. An asymmetric fillet or chamfer are supported as well. The new capability will save time and reduce the number of features. Some designs, such as the script, require texture or bumps, which can be functional or just aesthetic purposes. These textures can be consuming and hard to model. SOLIDWORKS 2019 introduces a new 3D texture tool which leverages an image to define patterns or bumps. Here, several variations have been created using this new tool, including a logo. The 3D textures are created by applying an appearance to the part or face, then size and orient as required. The new 3D texture command can be used to turn that appearance into 3D geometry. The lighter the color on the appearance, the farther the offset from the base face, and there are controls for mesh size and offset. SOLIDWORKS then creates a mesh body that is ready for downstream processing or 3D printing. These are just a few enhancements for SOLIDWORKS 2019. These new tools will help to streamline the workflow when working with mesh data and save steps when working with part models. Part delighters, partial fillets and chamfers, deleting holes from surfaces, and projected curve enhancements. Mesh to manufacture, simplified with greater depth of functionality. Under user experience, you can now access your existing SOLIDWORKS designs faster than before. You can view and manage external references with ease and perform live measure in any command at any time. Let's take a look at it. SOLIDWORKS 2019 introduces some great new capabilities that only improve the user's experience but increase your daily productivity. Providing quick access to your designs, the Welcome page now lists up to 100 of your recently opened documents. Each document is displayed with its own preview, and the new Quick Filter can be used to refine the list by displaying only parts, assemblies, or drawings. A couple of modifications to the blue camera assembly are required to finish its design. Typing the word camera in the new Filter by Name dialog is now all that's necessary to find and open the desired assembly in a matter of seconds. Building relationships between features and parts is a powerful method of capturing design intent. SOLIDWORKS 2019 makes it even easier to view and manage external references. References can now be broken or locked when dynamically viewing parent-child relations from the feature manager. When using a top-down approach to design, assemblies can consist of many parts and each containing numerous external references. The references for an entire assembly can now be viewed and managed in a new interactive dialog box. Each component containing one or more references is listed, along with individual feature, its status, and reference entity. Simplifying things further, parts can be viewed independently by selecting the isolate command. In this example, the rear baffle plate, as each reference is selected from the list, its reference geometry is highlighted in the graphics area. The circular pattern is shown to be referencing a cylindrical face of the rear mount flange component. Instead, we wanted to reference the outer face of the plate. Selecting the break option removes the relation from the circular pattern. Now the direction reference of the pattern can be redefined by simply editing the feature. SOLIDWORKS 2019 makes managing complex relationships between features and parts even easier than ever. One more modification is required to finish the design. The counterweight for the camera requires at least 50 millimeters of clearance between the flange and the body. To increase the overall distance, we'll reduce the thickness of the flange. Now, in SOLIDWORKS 2019, the measure tool can be accessed at any time, providing a seamless, uninterrupted workflow, whether you're modifying a dimension or editing a feature. Reducing the flange thickness to 4 millimeters ensures that the counterweight will now fit and the design changes are complete. With these new capabilities, SOLIDWORKS 2019 makes your everyday user experience even more productive. On the user experience, greater power and ease of use for everyday workflows. Drawings. SOLIDWORKS 2019 delivers powerful new productivity tools and enhancements that makes documenting your design even faster. There's some nice new sectioning tools here, more flexibility to manage complex drawings, and how to even leverage some additional power in your bills of materials. Let's take a look at it. You can now create a slice through the model at any location using the new Remove Section View command. Simply select two opposed model edges and a view is created perpendicular to the section line, eliminating the need to create any additional construction geometry. When manufacturing high-precision parts, detailed tolerances are critical to ensure the high degree of accuracy is achieved. ISO tolerances, modifying symbols, and other text can now be added directly to dimensions and tolerances. Simply select the dimension, then use the new option available in the Property Manager to choose the desired modifier symbol for general or upper and lower limits. The resulting dimensions contained all the necessary information required for high precision manufacturing. Hole tables are now a great way of displaying hole locations and size information without having to use dimensions that would potentially make drawings views cluttered or difficult to interpret. SOLIDWORKS 2019 introduces new options to deliver even greater flexibility over the way holes are tagged. Reduced toolpath calculates the shortest distance to connect all holes, providing the most efficient order for a manufacturing perspective, and radial tags holes in a radial pattern from the origin. In addition to the tag order, tag type can now be manually defined, giving you total control over how holes are labeled. At any time, the tag for an individual hole or group can be changed with the simple right mouse button click over the cell, followed by assigning a prefix. These new options give you complete control over every aspect of a whole table format and style. SOLIDWORKS Integrated Design Environment ensures that any changes to a model can be automatically propagated to its associated drawing. Now, in SOLIDWORKS 2019, you can control the update of individual drawing views by simply picking one or more, then selecting the new Exclude from Automatic Update option in the Property Manager with the Plan Views section and its related detailed views on the drawing sheet are now excluded. We'll open the camera body part and increase the thickness of the flange to 13 millimeters. When switching back to the drawing, excluded views are highlighted with an orange hatched border and rebuild flags in the Feature Manager. When you are ready to update, just select one or more exploded views, followed by the new Update View option, from the shortcut toolbar. With SOLIDWORKS 2019, it's now easier than ever to manage updates to large or complex drawings. SOLIDWORKS creates highly configurable bills of material directly from your assembly design. In addition to the information displayed in the table, for added transparency of each component can now be easily identified by displaying a graphical preview. Now, in SOLIDWORKS 2019, when saving bills of materials to Microsoft Excel, these component previews can be included in the Excel spreadsheet. The graphical preview provides an even greater clarity, reducing the risk of identifying parts incorrectly. These are some of the powerful new productivity enhancements in SOLIDWORKS drawings that will help you get your designs documented faster, with the ability to include even more detail when saving bills of materials to Excel. Drawings. Increased performance and greater flexibility. So under performance, you tackle your biggest design challenges. Attention to detail captures critical details with ease, and design ecosystems complete design to manufacture solutions. Now the innovations, exciting new ways to work with SOLIDWORKS. And that ended SOLIDWORKS 2019. So now our last performance here, we're going to talk about SOLIDWORKS, what's new in SOLIDWORKS 2020. Let's get right into it. Now let's look at SOLIDWORKS 2020. This year, we shared another great customer story highlighting the enormous value that SOLIDWORKS portfolio brought to OMAX. In SOLIDWORKS 2020, we focused on 3 topics: improved performance, streamlined workflows, and connected ecosystems. While these topics focus on solutions SOLIDWORKS is delivering, these are also subjects that drive daily activities at companies like OMAX, and most likely in your business too. Detailing mode. Let's take a deep dive into detailing mode. Performance is always a major focus for SOLIDWORKS development team, and this year is no difference. With detailing mode in SOLIDWORKS 2020, you can now open massive drawings in seconds regardless of their size and complexity. The model does not get loaded, but the drawing views are intact, so there is no loss of detail. Detailing mode is perfect for quickly opening drawings for minor edits or design reviews. Individual sheets load in an instant, and the drawing can also be reprinted. But it doesn't stop there. Some editing capabilities are available as well, such as making changes to annotations or dimensions. Notes can be added to the drawing or dragged from the library of company notes. And annotation added in detail mode can also be edited. In this case, we can add lines, numbers, and formatting to the note. This drawing sheet is a bit crowded, and as with a resolved drawing views can now be moved and arranged on the drawing. Dimensions can also be positioned to achieve the desired layout. Views can also cut, copied, and pasted, and to better organize this drawing, we'll add a new sheet. Reposition the tab, paste the view on the sheet, and do some dimension cleanup. Balloons can also be added and repositioned to take advantage of the magnetic line for a clean look. If additional dimensioning is required, this can be done in detailing mode as well. Dimensions can be added to edges and vertices using the same techniques as you're familiar with resolved drawings. In this case, we'll add some dimensions to locate the positioning holes for the gantry system. We'll also define the hole size, and you can see the datum palette. The dimension palette is available to fine-tune your dimensions with notes and tolerances, or the Dimension Property Manager can be used for more refinement. Any command that is grayed out in the Command Manager is available in the detailing mode. Any command that is not grayed out in the Command Manager is available in detailing mode, such as the Format Painter. Here, we'll leverage an existing dimension and paint its format to the new dimension and arrange our dimensions for better clarity. Revision tables, symbols, and clouds can also be added to communicate any changes. And when you're done with your edits, the drawing can be saved, and rest assured that these edits will be there regardless of which mode the drawing is opened with next. To communicate with external collaborators, you can print the drawing, or you can save the drawing in a variety of formats, such as DWG, JPEG, and even PDF. With detailing mode in SOLIDWORKS 2020, productivity is enhanced by allowing users to open in seconds drawings containing large assemblies, lots of sheets, many configurations, or resource-intensive views. Detailing mode. Rapidly open massive drawings for annotations, editing. Next, we're going to talk about envelopes and external references. And we have always had envelopes and external references. So what's new? Let's take a look. Working on complex assemblies like the OMAX Micromax water jet with multiple systems and designers can be a challenge, especially when work needs to reference other subassemblies. Previous workflows would either have work done at the top level assembly or by creating duplicate parts in subassemblies. These added significant time and could be difficult to manage. Envelopes have long been a great tool for making reference components that do not affect calculations or BOMs. With the new envelope publisher in SOLIDWORKS 2020, envelopes are no longer limited to components in the same assembly. Now we can simply select the components needed for reference and a destination assembly. Once the envelope is created, we can open the Save Destination Assembly to complete the task. Now, it's easy to finish the plumbing design work on this place, in one place. We can add reference geometry or mate directly to the envelope components, ensuring the design will fit in the top level assembly. Envelope Publisher makes it simple to work collaboratively in large assemblies and be assured design work will fit together seamlessly. Envelopes and external references work collaboratively in large assemblies. Flexible components have been enhanced, making it easier to work with movable parts. With this new functionality, let's take a look at this. The tilted jet represents the latest in OMAX innovation. By positioning the nozzle at calculated angles, the taper from the abrasive water jet is offset. This means the parts are cut with square edges and cutting time can be reduced. Like OMAX, SOLIDWORKS continues to innovate with flexible components, so you can now improve your designs to manufacture processes. Subassemblies are used to represent the multiple mechanisms and linkages in the tilted jet. These assemblies are made flexible so the mechanical motion can be evaluated at the top level. To finish this design and protect the moving parts from abrasive materials, O-rings and bellows are put in place. But how do you make them flexible so they properly connect to the rest of the assembly? With SOLIDWORKS 2020, this task is dramatically simplified. Use the new Make Part Flexible tool to remap the external references of the part with ease. In this case, the 3D path of the bellows will reference the cylindrical face of the pivoting ball housing. After clicking OK, the geometry updates and continues to update automatically after each assembly movement. This process is repeated for the other instances of the bellows part without creating unique configurations or separating part files. This optimizes your data management and efficiently brings your parts to life. So whether it be living hinges, bellows, springs, cables, and beyond, use Make Part Flexible with SOLIDWORKS 2020 to improve how you visualize and validate your next assembly. Flexible components. Make part flexible. Optimize data management, improve efficiency, increase visualization and validation. Assembly mates. It's 9:33, we're getting close here. In SOLIDWORKS 2020, we have some new assembly mates added to the Quick Mates toolbar, as well as new flip alignment tool. Let's take a look. The Quick Mates toolbar, introduced in SOLIDWORKS 2014, provides a means to rapidly assemble components directly from the graphics area. SOLIDWORKS 2020 extends this popular tool by adding additional commonly used mates. When mating the washer to the slot, the Quick Mates toolbar now includes a slot mate and provides options for choosing its constraint. For this case, we'll center it on the slot. The screw needs to be mated to the washer, and we have long had the ability to do this with the Profile Center mate from the Quick Mates toolbar. But there was no way to flip the mate alignment without editing the mate after creating it. But now in SOLIDWORKS 2020, a new Flip Alignment Mate button pops up, allowing you to flip the mate on creation. Just as with the slot mate, the constraint options are available for the width mate to establish its position. Previously, there was no way to flip the alignment of a width mate. Users had to suppress the mate, rotate the part, and then unsuppress the mate. The new Flip Mate button pops up, allowing alignment changes on the fly. In addition, when editing a width mate, the option to flip mate alignment is now available on the right mouse menu, as well as the property manager. Limit mates has always been added to the Quick Mates toolbar. Both the limit distance and limit angle mates are now available to quickly position components in the assembly. The angle maximum and minimum values can be entered immediately to keep your focus directly on the screen. So with the new mate types available on the ever-popular Quick Mates toolbar, SOLIDWORKS 2020 continues to provide users with tools to rapidly assemble components. More options on the Quick Mates toolbar for rapid assembly. We'll cover one more here, assembly patterns. Assembly patterns provide an efficient way to add multiple copies of components to your assemblies. SOLIDWORKS 2020 introduces new enhancements to these productivity features. Pattern-driven component patterns are now more intelligent in that they understand the orientation of whole wizard features that are created with 3D sketches on multiple faces. This means a single pattern can now be used to copy the associated fasteners without the need to skip instances or multiple patterns. Linear and circular pattern component patterns are now more flexible by allowing you to modify each component instance within the pattern. This includes the flexibility to change the angle of individual instances with circular patterns or to limit distance within linear patterns. This gives you ultimate flexibility when you have irregular patterns within non-uniform spacing is required. When mirroring components, sometimes the option to get to the center of the bounding box or the center of mass do not provide the desired results. The new option to use the component origins make the mirror component command more robust for parts that are not symmetric within the previous two cases. Likewise, the option to change the orientation of mirrored components is now easier to understand with quick access buttons within the property manager. Assembly patterns are now easier to create, more flexible in their control, and more intelligent in their execution in SOLIDWORKS 2020. Assembly patterns. Fewer patterns, more powerful, more control. Also new in 2020 was sketching, power magnify. You have undo and redo and G3 continuity. Since we're running low on time, basically these tools have been really enhanced to allow users greater flexibility when using touch-enabled devices. With simple strokes and swipes, you can trim features, you can move, copy, offset with different gesture commands. Power sketching tools, predictable, undo, redo. There's also an undo, redo function now so that if you undo out of your sketch, you don't lose everything. You can come back to it. Structure systems. Structure systems is huge. So let's talk about that. Structure systems was introduced in SOLIDWORKS 2019 and provides a more flexible method to create a welded structure with or without the use of complex 3D sketches to define all members. Let's review some of the capabilities of the structure system and take a look at several enhancements in SOLIDWORKS 2020. In this example, the weldment will be defined with just a couple sketches, an axis and 4 planes. Primary members can be created in a variety of ways, but now in SOLIDWORKS 2020, the point and length member definition has new options. Members can be created between pairs of sketch points and chained together to create a series of members along a chain of points. The new up to point option allows you to create members that all converge at a single reference point, and the new up to plane option creates members that terminate at a selected plane. The member extrudes in the direction of the reference plane, or you can choose to sketch a segment as direction to define the member. As introduced in SOLIDWORKS 2019, a secondary member can be added using support planes, and for these, a different weldment profile will be used. The top of these members need to align with the selected planes, and to accomplish this, an alternate pierce point can be selected. Another secondary cross member can be added using the between points method, and will define the member to go between the corners. In SOLIDWORKS 2020, primary and secondary members can now be split during creation. Splitting can be done using dimensions, instances, count, or by selecting a reference such as a face, plane, or structural member. And for this member, we'll rotate the profile by 90 degrees. When you are finished defining the structure system, the corner management tool kicks in and allows you to define the corner trims. For this simple corner, we'll define a plane of trim and with corner contact to the intersecting members. For the complex corners, SOLIDWORKS does a fantastic job at determining the trim tool as well as the trim order for intersecting members. Hiding the vertical member, you can see what a great job SOLIDWORKS did on the corner management. To create a circular structure that was shown in the beginning of the demonstration, we need to pattern the system structure. Previously, bodies could be patterned to achieve this, but now in SOLIDWORKS 2020, you can create linear and circular patterns or mirror the entire structure system. By patterning the structure system, you are maintaining the intelligence of each of the members, and additional structure systems can be added referencing the pattern members. This was not possible when patterning bodies. In this example, we will add new structure systems to define the perimeter members. These are added using support plane method between the original structure system and the pattern members, and the pierce point will be defined to align to the planes. Upon exit of this structure system, the corner management tool determines the corners between the new members and the first structure system and its pattern members, and determines the proper trim tool member and trim order. This perimeter structure system can also be patterned to complete the design. The structure system feature introduced in SOLIDWORKS 2019 and enhanced in 2020 provides an advanced weldment environment that lets you create and modify structure members of different profiles and single features with flexible corner management and trimming. Structure system continues improvement to strengthen structure systems and address customer concerns. At this time, I wanted to open it up for any questions. So let's see if do we have any questions yet? Has anyone submitted anything? So let's give them a few minutes here. We do have one here. Let's see if I read this right. It says, if I purchase SOLIDWORKS 2021, will I get the enhancements shown in this presentation? Oh, that's an easy one. Yes, you'll receive all the features from the previous release. When you buy SOLIDWORKS, you get all the previous functionality from the early releases. Hopefully that answers your question. Let's see. Do we have any other questions? All right, there's one more. Oh, here we go. If I assigned a seat to an employee and he later leaves the company, can I still access that seat? The answer is yes. The admin only has to reassign the seat to another user. Otherwise, that seat will remain assigned to the employee. What we're talking about here, she was referring to the admin login functionality when you assign a seat to a user and what happens if an employee was to leave the company. All right, so I think that concludes my portion. At this time, we're going to take a little slight break, take about a 20-minute break, and we're going to start the next session at 10 a.m. Will be session 2, SolidWorks 2021, which you all came to see. Part 1 starts at 10 o'clock. Thank you. And I think at this time, we'll just pause.